So, like in a survival situation, what would you do? What do you mean? Like, what are your skills? What's your game plan? Oh, okay, yeah, I'd find a man. Find a man? Yeah, I mean, am I strong? Sure. Am I capable? Sure. Am I stronger or more capable than a well-trained man? No. Okay, well, that's internal misogyny, but we're not even going to talk about that. Why do you think this man is just going to protect you? Oh, yeah, that's where my skills come in. Oh. What should I have said, like archery or something?
I felt like that was a good intro, considering one of the topics that we have was for today was a woman who decided she was tired of her man and was going to take care of herself in other ways, writing a book or something.
I didn't see that.
We'll get to it.
See, I thought you were going a different way with the the accusation.
Oh well, I guess that one works too. Yeah, lots of stuff that goes around the innuendo there. And we got
innuendo. Am I right?
So on
which
on Monday. On Monday,
That's
we
the
talked
question.
about absolutely nothing news related. We pretty much just like shot the shit the whole time. It was amazing.
Yeah, good old man talk. I feel like my internet sucks. So
It
No,
does.
not you,
What
babe.
else is new?
That's why you're called Lazarus.
yeah. So anyhow, I guess I'm just popping in to say hey. So or to make a
My
body.
internet's gonna suck too, I'm sure. So
It was nice to kind of see you today. Clyde, your internet's actually you're very clear and crisp and very
Stable.
Gallagher-ish.
Yeah.
It's not.
hooray! I'll see how long it lasts.
must have beat the kids to get them off Netflix or whatever.
No, it's not
Don't
even
say-
the kids, man. It's the internet.
Oh wait, yeah. Just show us how this-
What?
Oh yeah, well never mind.
CD says she's only here because of the name of the episode. See, I know how to do clickbait. Sometimes.
See, it's it's not good if you're not baiting people into clicking the name.
What if yeah, never mind.
Speaking of the name of the episode, do we want to?
I think
let's
clickbait
see.
in and of itself is sort of an innuendo. At least why CD's here.
Oh, I said, oh god,
I saw that. I hadn't been on Twitter in like days, okay? And I
All right.
I got on to send that
How do you rate this dancing
ungovernable meme.
out of 10? You
and
guess?
This is what I was accosted with. Like, why?
I mean, you're seeing all of it.
Like, what is
Some kind of band like it's what do they call it? The dance.
Like, is that like high school? Is this college? Is it what is
This
this?
is
Is
college.
Like XFL? Like what? I
It-
mean,
it's-
like,
Pretty sure it's college. It says like 2018 something. Is it-
Okay.
this is-
why?
because inclusivity.
COVID killed all of them, by the way.
Probably. See, that's why COVID was so racist, was because COVID killed proportionally more black people, but it's because most of them were that died like that. So, yeah, like I bet COVID absolutely wrecked college football recruiting in the South for like the next 3 years. Like just
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But it didn't mess with kids,
Because like
though.
the big boys, like the big boys that can eat,
I remember several years ago. It's been a long time ago now, but I assume that the statistics are still relatively close to the same. It was like the state of Mississippi had like 300, or no, not 300, over 100 recruits who weighed like D1 recruits who weighed over 300 pounds,
300. Yeah.
as opposed to like the state of Oregon had.
It says
3.
like.
That's a big child.
Yeah.
That's a
Well,
big,
I mean, they're
wow.
yeah. Like 18
What are they
being 300.
getting at?
But hey,
They're
but
like-
some of those guys are a solid 300. And then there's
Yeah,
the
but
other guys who are
I'm-
like, yeah, you're like he's like 5'8" and he's 300. You're like, yeah, you just
But I think like some of those guys are probably at the high school level are a pretty soft 300. But if you like watch the NFL, there's some like 300 pounders out there that are like, choo-choo
Yeah.
train. Like, I wonder, I would love to see the first few weeks of camp when they just like shred the hell out of them and like make
Well,
them
and that's
wear-
kind of the thing is they base whether or not they're going to recruit somebody with that kind of a build on how do they carry it, what's their work ethic type of a thing, and can they turn that 300-pound jelly roll into 300 pounds of just pure
rip
power.
muscle.
And pure power. Like whenever I've always thought it was funny, like whenever they've got like the linemen at the combine and stuff, and they're running like a 4.8 or a 5-second 40. Everybody's like, "Oh, the dude's fat and slow." I'm like, "You go run a 5-second 40." Like,
Yeah.
Or better yet, stand there while a 300-pound man is running at you.
Running a 5-second 40.
to run a 5-second 40 like that. That's fucking terrifying. Like these non-athletes talking about how slow these 300-pound guys are running a 5-second 40. Like 40 yards in 5 seconds is pretty fucking quick. So
For 300 pounds, especially
right? And
How long do you think it
keep in
takes them to
mind
slow down?
that-
Oh, they
Like stop,
it
You can
takes
have a
them
40
like at
yards to
least
get them.
like 20
I'd say-
yards to slow down.
you gotta
Like
get
they they get moving at the 40 yards and then they got to slow down for 20 more.
you gotta get the momentum dialed back a little bit without breaking your ankles in the process. Like, you can't just
Well,
throw
I
on
did-
throw
I
on
have
the e-brake and face plant.
I have seen some of them do that. They like literally barrel roll, like they'll do like a somersault. They run through and then they just somersault at the end.
We had a dude when I played in high school that was 6'2", 240, and he ran a 4.4. Like fucking insane. He played 4 years at Murray and did well as a running back. I mean, he wasn't the type that, like, he probably could have gone pro if he wanted to, but he had no interest in like leaving home. Like he had offers at Boston College, UK, a couple other like big D1 schools, and decided to go to Murray because he didn't want to leave home. Like, I mean, I don't fault him for it. That's not in the cards for everybody. Some people.
Well, and like, if he goes D1, like how much would he play? I think that's something too that like now that I am raising kids, I'm like, well, if they have if they ever did have offers, like would I want them to go some D1 just to say that my kid went D1, or would I rather them like go somewhere where they can actually play?
I mean,
Go
6'2".
D1 and get the better education and get the name on your diploma and use that as a springboard to do better in life.
6'2", 240, a 4.4 40, and bench press 500. I think he probably would have played. I have suspicions, but oh god, our first game of the season, my freshman year, he ran for 400 yards in a
Holy
game.
crap.
But yeah, dude was a fucking beast.
I bet he had like a 2,000 yard rushing season in high school.
Probably his neck just like went straight into shoulders. Like he was like, you don't even have to put pads on him. Just throw him out there.
Just like rugby style. You let him truck people.
I see the kids at like at my kids' schools. I'm like, they just grow them smaller around here or what? Because like we had Bogey 6'2", 240. We had another dude on the team that was 6'3", 315. He also played college ball. Most of our offensive line was anywhere from 230 up to 280. We had and
Did you
and
grow
I-
up in Mississippi?
They're-
You're saying,
they're
or like
transitioning
I know
to
you went to
basketball.
Mississippi State, but like
Kentucky, Southwest Kentucky.
Kentucky. See, I would think Kentucky, like so Kentucky. You're saying that they're bigger than Indiana. I mean, it is this like the Kentucky's more south than Indiana. Indiana is kind of Midwest.
Yeah, like all these kids
So-
at my son's school. My son is 6'2" and about 240. He's not running a 4.4 or benching 500 pounds. He's a very, very soft 240. But I mean, he's probably one of the biggest kids in school at 14 years old. Like he's one of the biggest kids in school. Like, they're just small around here. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, we had guys that were like, you know, 6'3", 250 or something like that. 6'1", 300. Some of the linemen that I don't know. They're just huge guys around here.
Alabama. Clyde, what was it like in Vermont? Did y'all have any big people? Or I guess you probably had.
I grew up in
lumberjacks.
upstate New York. We didn't. I mean, our football team sucked. I don't remember anybody being particularly large that was like, even in our school, that was like sticks out like that. You might have one or two, but they were just like, I don't know.
My sophomore year, I was 6'3", 6'4", and we had 4 other guys on our basketball team that were my height or taller.
I don't think so. I mean, I think I'm trying to think even basketball, if we had anybody that like nobody stands out to me as being like gargantuan. There was one kid that I think his name was Craig Forth. He was like 7 foot. He was in one of the schools like down the road from us, but I think he went on to play at Syracuse. But that's all I know. Sports
See,
ball's gay.
we
It's too-
didn't have like a good basketball like team. We didn't have a lot of like players that were tall enough to really like. I think me and one other kid were like I was 6'1" and another kid was 6'3", and that was the tallest on our team. But then the team we played against, like one of the teams, he actually went to play college ball. God, I think like Isaac King or something like that. Anyway, he played for Purdue at college basketball. Like, and he was like 6'11". He wore like a size 23 shoe. Like, holy crap, dude! I thought my foot was big, like 16. And then I saw his shoe. Holy crap, dude! Literally, like, you think mine are clown shoes? His were literal clown shoes.
CD, yes, they do weigh-ins. Katie wrestled this year, and they would weigh in after every practice, and also before every meet. Like they were weighing all the time.
You gotta weigh him, man. Gotta weigh him. Did you guys see that? I know Trey saw it. Baseball standoff between the two pitchers.
So stupid.
Retards.
I don't know. I mean, other than just like they just hate each other, but it's just kind of stupid that they did. That. They're just like
What
looking
was
each other down. They're looking each other down, and then they got did they both got ejected or? I can't remember if they got
We get a little
ejected.
fisticuffs.
It's just like both got ejected. One got a fine. No. This was
No, they were
after
just
the
literally-
national
it's-
anthem was done. They decided to stand on the sideline and prolong an already arduously long game that doesn't need to exist. Like, just stop. This is the epitome of baseball, right? We're gonna have a fight and there's gonna be no contact. We're gonna stand and stare at each other. Like, this is. I can't like this.
Oh,
is
no.
baseball in a
When they
nutshell.
really
This
fight,
is
when they-
retarded bullshit.
No, when they
It made
charge
me very
around and
angry.
really fight, it's hilarious. But they actually do fight. But like this kind of stuff is stupid.
Let's say I like a good baseball fight.
But
Pitcher-
it's just
Pitcher plunk a guy and he drops his bat and
Yeah.
runs for the mound. And you see the pitcher throw his glove down and
Yeah.
fuck up, and like it's about to go down. The bench is clear and everybody's punching each other in
Yeah.
the back of the head. Yeah, that's when baseball is actually entertaining.
There
Baseball
was
is
a
never
couple-
entertaining. It's
A couple guys did actually get their careers ended from getting in those kind of fights. Like what I forget what his name was. Oh, there was one guy who was going to be really good, I thought, but then like he got like clocked. I forget, like he either got clocked or he sprained his leg and he just couldn't run the same or something like that.
You don't run in baseball. Doesn't matter.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. You
Yes.
run 60 freaking yards. Not even. How far is it from one bag to the other?
90 feet. Man.
Well,
90
and plus,
feet.
if you're an outfielder, you got to run a lot because you got to be able to go
Yeah,
like
sure.
chase the ball down.
I know. It's really tough. Really tough. You got to run really far.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
hate-
a
If you're the
long
center
run,
fielder-
it's a
Yeah.
short burst. That's right.
yeah. It's more like sprints. Like if you can do sprints, you can do baseball, but like you don't really need like endurance.
No. No, you know. Baseball, I have no love for baseball. Of all the sports, I think that's like just it takes forever. There's like zero action. It's just
Well, they're trying to speed it up. They're
Clyde's
trying to
probably,
speed.
Clyde's probably a fan of the pitch clock.
Yeah, he probably
I
is.
probably would be. I don't know. I don't even know what it is. I don't know.
They're trying to speed up the game because so basically they're making it where pitchers like have to throw the ball in a certain amount of time. Like like 15 seconds you got to throw the ball. You can't sit there and stare them down and
Good.
I don't like
Just
that.
throw the damn ball.
But like the batter part is weird to me because like they're trying to make it where the batter and the pitcher have the same clock. So I don't know, that part's weird. But yeah, making the pitcher actually throw the ball is I think a good thing because they'll sit there and they'll just like stare people down and take forever and shake.
I remember that like in high school watching like World Series and stuff like that just because that was, you know, and it just like, if you're like, is this guy going to throw the ball or like, what's going on? And it's just like takes forever.
I really
I
want to
just don't
see
see how that's a sport.
I really want to see a batter and a pitcher like come to a mutual agreement that they're going to highlight how ridiculous the pitch clock is, and the batter stand out of the box while the pitcher stands off the rubber, and just see like,
Just,
are we gonna
like,
call
let
this
it-
a ball or a strike? Like let the clock wind
With,
down.
whose fault is it? Yeah. I really wish they would do that as like a protest because I think it's more on the pitchers personally. Like having played baseball, it's more on the pitchers. Them having a pitch clock makes sense. The batter, like, you know, it's not really like the batters don't sit there and just like stand out of the box forever. I've never seen a batter just like
Yes,
not
they
take-
do. There are plenty of highlights, or not highlights, but like clips.
Well, no, they
Where the batter
they mess
stands
with
in
their
the
glove.
box. The pitcher throws a pitch, then he steps out of the box. He adjusts his gloves. He knocks the dirt off of his cleats. He fixes his hat, fixes his cup, steps back in, like holds his hand up to the ump while he adjusts his feet and everything, and shakes his ass a little bit, and plays with his bat and fondles himself a couple times. Like, dude, just stand in there and
See, that's why I don't watch baseball. It's just like, I mean, it's bad. This is bad. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious because he was literally waiting. The Max Scherzer, what he did, he timed up the pitch clock, and what he would do is he would wait a long time, and then the batter would call time, and then as soon as like the ump said like, okay, your timeout, you know, is up, the batter's got to step in, and as soon as they step in, he would like haul back a throw. And so they had to implement a rule that like, okay, you have to make eye contact before you actually like pitch the ball. You have to make
eye contact with the batter.
Yeah.
Before you rub his leg. And,
Next, they're gonna say we've got a spoon and cuddle and a little kiss on the neck. Like, gotta walk up and gotta walk up and
He's gonna
touch
bean him,
gloves like in boxing. It's like, all right, now we're. Did you see that one clip where the dudes are standing like well apart from each other, like, and the ref did not call them together to touch gloves. The ref just like gets in the middle and says, you know, fight.
Yeah.
And so the one guy walks over and like puts his glove out to touch gloves,
Tap
and
gloves,
the other
and then he
dude
just
fucking tattoos him right in the face.
I've seen that. One.
Is this a good or is this
Like
poor
people
sportsmanship?
calling it cheap.
It's like, I mean,
they're calling
yeah,
it
is it? But is it? I mean, the guy is
I
clearly
don't
coming
think
at
so.
you with no intent to touch gloves. Like, maybe you should protect your face.
Yeah.
Like, and usually the ref has them come and touch gloves before
He says fight.
says
Yeah.
fight, right? Like,
Yeah.
once he
You
says
already-
fight, that means it's
I don't
fucking
think
game on.
is it the. I don't think it's the ref that has them touch gloves. I think it's just kind of like the standard norm of respect between fighters, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I
No,
don't think it's-
usually the ref will
The
say
ref
like,
is-
hey,
yeah.
like he doesn't make you guys touch gloves. Like a lot of people won't do it, but like it's kind of like they'll come up there and say like, hey, okay, all right, you're fighting this guy. You know, play by the rules, or else we're gonna just,
Don't touch his junk.
yeah. don't wrap him up and give him a bear hug and try to get behind him and don't do all that.
Nationally televised. Keep it in the pants, boys.
Yeah. Well, don't make it too gay.
Well, speaking of keeping it in the pants, I guess we could get around to the topic of today's show.
Ooh, fun. You got it or
Yeah,
not?
pull it
You're
up.
just gonna like segue
He's
and
like-
just like sit here and click around.
Did it not pull up?
You've had
No.
20 minutes to get this ready.
I've got it pulled. Oh hell! I hit. Sorry, I clicked share, but then I
I
didn't
closed
actually
all
click-
my tabs. No. Do you?
No,
do you
I never
cry
close
when
all
your-
my
your
tabs. I've got-
close?
I
I
got
know, but like
15
if like
tabs
one of the
open all the
kids
time.
does it or something, or accidentally crashes, like
I did have.
If I can't get it back, then yes. But it like I have my like browser set to where it'll automatically come back to what I was already on. So
Yeah, I've got that too. No,
Then it
I
takes
did
like
have
3
Nadia
hours to
come over
load
here
them all.
and,
yeah.
I did have Nadia come over here to hit schedule on an episode that I had uploading last night. So she had the screen set to iSaver mode. This is
Oh
like
god, I
the-
hate that.
Oh my gosh! I sat down and like turned the screen on. It pulled up. I was like, "Oh my god! Did my
It's like
screen break? I paid a lot of
dim
money
and
for this. This is a
green.
nice screen. What the fuck?" Realized it's in iSaver mode. I'm like, no, thank you. Fuck my eyes. I don't need to save them if this is how things are gonna look. All right. Speaking of like fucking our eyes, this chick is pretty terrifying.
is
but
that
nonetheless,
she looks like not Diane Sawyer. What's the other lady that starts with an M? Not Merle, is it Merle? Is it Merle?
Merle Haggard. She looks
Meryl
very
Streep.
haggard.
Meghan
Streep.
Markle.
We'll talk about Meghan Markle later.
Talking about sexy rape.
Which the
Wouldn't
word
mind.
rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt.
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
Wait, if you can stick around, we'll talk more on the other stuff.
You're fascinating.
He's like, oh, we'll talk about this off screen. He's got some ideas
I
for
feel like a
later.
victim.
He's like, okay, well, if that's how you feel,
You read my mind.
Locked eyes.
Who
like,
is this
okay.
lady?
Is this the same one that's accusing him? Like,
So this is the chick that accused Trump of rape. Accused Trump of rape back in like 1996. He said, "That's bullshit. Look at her. She's not my type." and nothing ever came
the
of it. There
media-
was no evidence. There was nothing. It was just her saying this. And he said, "I've never even seen this crazy bitch. Go away." And she did. She went away for like
A
almost
while.
30 years.
and then
Well,
now she's coming back and
25 years, 30 years.
like she made a lawsuit against him or
So,
for
New
defamation.
New York changed some of their rules on like old case type stuff. So
Statute of
that-
limitations, kind of.
Yeah, so that opened it up to the possibility for a civil suit. This is not a criminal suit because there is still statute of limitations and there
On
was-
criminal suits, yeah. But
yeah,
like
so-
the
but-
civil suits that you can there's a much longer statute of limitation.
So the really crazy thing about this is the jury found Donald Trump guilty of sexual assault and ordered him to pay her $5 million. But they also said there was no evidence to support that any sort of a rape happened. So what exactly did happen? Like,
Doesn't he have a micropene? Like he just couldn't function that day or something? Or
he has amazingly big and beautiful hands is all I know. The biggest hands ever. They're huge.
Huge.
I wonder. I wonder if that's my paycheck. I need to find somebody that I can like say sexually harassed me or something or sexually accosted me and
Look,
do it as long as they
like,
do it in New York. You know, it's
AOC.
like Trump or somebody.
AOC.
Well, somebody that like you got to go someplace like California or New York where you have like crazy lefties that
Nancy Pelosi.
buy
Nancy
whatever
Pelosi.
story and Trump
could-
bad. You know, like
I could buy that Nancy Pelosi sexually molested you.
Nancy Pelosi made me
Yeah.
made me suck on her titties.
I mean, if we're being honest, it wasn't really like molestation. I mean, it was kind of.
She kept trying to make me eat ice cream, rubbing it on my neck. It's so weird.
No, that the only problem that come from that is then I think like Paul would try to get in there. No, I'm not okay with that. That would just that's
No.
too much for me.
For you,
much
not for Nancy. Like he's in it for you.
Not down with the Pelosi threesome.
No, I don't like hammers. Nail in a hole, that's about it. The only place it needs to be in the garage, hanging on the wall.
Well,
I don't know, man.
apparently,
It's a crazy
so
world out there.
Trump's legal team is going to appeal it and try to get it kicked up to a higher court because obviously, like, he's not going to get a fair shake in the state of New York with anything at this point.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of apparent
yeah, I
from
think
the
that's like
which is kind of apparent from the ruling. Like $20,000 for sexual abuse, even though they said there was no rape and there's no evidence of rape. So if there's no evidence of rape and there was no rape, what's the sexual abuse? Like, where's the? I don't understand how that. And then,
Well, apparently, if you're fat enough,
yeah, Dag and I talked about this one on Monday.
Oh, you did. Oh, that one will never.
See, this took Dag back down the rabbit hole of like the mechanics of fat sex. And how does that work?
I just can't believe that would like that's an actual thing.
Headline?
Yeah, headline. Oh man, reality.
okay. God, that's not reality. That's the thing. That's not reality. That's what they want you to think is reality. That's not reality. That is just insanity.
Well, you know what is reality? Joe Biden and Joe Biden.
Which one?
The most, I guess the most recent one here.
You know, I haven't.
He says we're gonna solve all the world's problems.
Welcome to let you know what we're doing. We're not going to take any questions now. We're going to get started. We're going to solve all the world's problems. Okay.
Mr. President, can you come in?
What
So
the
creepy.
fuck is all that
What is
screeching
going
in the
on?
background?
They're trying to ask him questions because he never takes questions. Like, but he's just sitting there. They're not.
Those are pre-recorded. It's like 80s sitcoms, you know. They had the canned laughs. They got the canned like reporters in the background, make us think there's actually people there that trying to
That
ask
actually
questions.
care what Joe Biden says. Yeah.
That's just
None
that's
of
just
it
the
was
floor
cool.
of Little China. It's like Chinatown. People trying to order like squid and duck necks and stuff like that. Open
None of it was
markets. That's all
coherent.
it
You
was.
couldn't make out a single like sentence out of any of that. It's just had a bunch
Well,
of
it's
women in a
'cause
room.
mostly
said,
women.
Screech for us, and then they play that anytime they have a Joe Biden non-press conference.
Dude, he never answers questions at all. Like they've never let him answer questions because they know that like
He can't.
I don't know
dude,
if
he
it's that
can't.
that body double. Like they haven't perfected the body doubles enough.
Well, even when they have let him answer questions,
I don't know if he's gonna tell
They're-
a story about corn pop or
he's got a
It's
flashcard
50s or
that
what?
has who's going to ask the question, what the question's going to be, what his answer is going to be to the question. Like you've even seen it. There have been times where you can see it. Like they'll have you can see the teleprompter reflecting back at him, and he still doesn't. Like he still goes off on some wild, weird tangent and says ridiculous shit. Like they figured out that they cannot let him just speak to other people. Like every time he's speaking
He
to
says
another
something
person,
really
it goes
weird.
it goes wrong. Yeah, like
Yeah.
put him up on a stage and let him read from a script and speak to the podium, and it might go okay. But if you put him like one-on-one interaction with other human beings, this is going off the rails quick.
Yeah, like what was it? Oh man, he was trying to compliment somebody. There's been too many to count, but there was one he was trying to compliment somebody, and it just came off as like he was like, well, I mean, obviously it sounded like the rapey uncle, like he's like trying to compliment them, like you've got big, beautiful brown eyes. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh god, like no need to come on that strong.
What was the one he was like pointing out some chick, known her for a really long time, and
Yeah,
we go
yeah.
way back. She was 12, I was 30. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
what? Like, pump the brakes a little bit. You talking about your wife?
What's I think
your daughter, your daughter there.
his daughter. Yeah, we go way back. She turned 12. Let me tell you that.
Whew.
As soon as she hit that puberty.
I don't think he waits that long.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter in a while, so I haven't gotten like any of this. And I don't know. I don't know if I miss it or not. Like honestly,
You know you miss it. You know you miss it.
I know,
loved
but
it.
you know what? Like I don't know, because none of it matters. You know what I mean? Like
Has your
canned laughs. It's all scripted.
is it because your wife's been threatening you again?
Mm,
Partially.
Just remember, no matter how bad you may think she is, she could always be worse. Damn it.
get
Go
that
away,
can
ad.
out of the way.
Widow who wrote a grief book after her husband died is charged with his murder.
What'd she do?
She killed him, and then she wrote a book about coping with loss of like she poisoned. She
Do you
actually
think,
poisoned
like-
him with fentanyl. Like she
Okay, that's
put
what I was
fentanyl-
wondering how she did it.
Yeah, she put it in fentanyl in his like. She gave him like a mixed drink or whatever, and then she put fentanyl in it and killed him. It was like it was 5 times the legal lethal dose.
There's a legal dose.
No,
Well,
lethal.
yes, I'm sure there is a legal dose as well. Whatever they put in Narcan,
Yeah.
it's the legal dose. A Utah widow who penned a grief book for children in the wake of her husband's death has been charged with his murder.
Do you
Wait,
think?
did she write the book for her own children? I'm assuming. Yeah, there's 3 kids there in the picture. Oh, he looks kind of gingery. He reminds me of Mark. Is this why we haven't seen Mark in a while? Did he not
He looks
actually go to
short,
jail?
too.
Did he get married and then get murdered?
Do you think she like killed him
A little tall for Mark, I
planning to
think,
write
though.
the book, or do you think the book was like an afterthought?
The
Like,
book
I
was-
could make some money
I'm
off.
pretty
this.
sure. I'm pretty sure the book was an afterthought. Like she was just
Yeah,
trying,
Did she
I'm
already
just
trying
have
to
like
collect. She collected on the death insurance or whatever. Like like his whatever his life
a?
insurance.
She she already had it round up with the publishers. So if I do this,
She's like, hey, if I like, I want to talk about my husband and how whatever, and then all of a sudden, come to find out, she killed him.
Let's see. There's an unnamed acquaintance that is.
They took the book off of Amazon now. By the way, it's hilarious. Like I thought, like I was like, okay, let me see if the book is still there, and then if you go literally to the direct link of where it was on Amazon that people have linked it from, it's a dead link because they've removed it.
that's too bad. Was it? So it was like a children's book.
Yeah, it basically like, hey, like like daddy's gone, like like you can still be okay though, even though daddy's gone. Yeah.
Sounds like a Dixie
Sounds
Chicks
like she
song
had
or something.
Sounds like she had tried previously. The couple seemingly had issues long before Eric's death. One of his two sisters told investigators that he called her from a vacation in Greece with his wife years earlier, claiming that she made him a drink that made him violently ill. So she finally got the dose right. I was gonna say, do you think
Well, she found the fentanyl. That's what it was. She found the fentanyl, and then she was like, "Oh, this is my easy win right here. Just give him the fentanyl." Like,
Does he get a Darwin Award for this? I mean, like, if he
See, I
knows
don't
he's
know.
trying to poison
like
you,
she doesn't
like,
look as crazy as what you would expect. You know,
nah,
I expect them to
mean,
look a little bit more crazy. The eyes though, the eyes do kind of give tell a little bit of a tell.
between the eyes and the teeth, I think she kind of like I would.
Let's see.
Stay
Eric
away
had
from
held a
her.
joint life insurance policy with his business partner that his wife had unsuccessfully tried to change in January of 2022. She allegedly attempted to make herself the sole beneficiary of the policy, but the insurance company notified the men of the change and they were able to fix it. Eric then removed her
Why-
from his will and replaced her with his sister, and he didn't inform her of the change because he believed she might try to kill him for the money, which he wanted to go to his children. And apparently, that's what
Then
she
why
did.
did he?
Why
Why did he
would you just
stay?
walk away from that? Yeah.
If you really think if he was that, oh, see that picture definitely.
I don't know. I don't think anything's that. I mean,
I can
Can't be
fix
that
her. Like it's funny seeing those kind of the guys like I can fix her.
He probably
Yes.
really did think like it. She'll come around. She's just
Like the sex is good, like you know, it's a
Can't be
little
that
wild.
good.
She pulls out a knife, you know. Sometimes like, she threatens me with sex under a knife, you know.
she ties me
I just
up
want to
once
know,
in a
like,
while.
is the book good? Like, are there some good tips for helping children grieve with the loss of a parent and the, untimely death? And
And then the
claim
loss. Really,
to-
this is
to
the loss of two
collect
parents.
insurance money.
Dude, that's
Justin's
I
getting
don't get
ideas. It's like how can I profit from this?
it's insane, man. You'd think you would like walk away from that like that. You gotta. I kind of almost don't feel bad for him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should, but I just, at some point you just gotta cut your losses.
OJ. Oh yeah.
It's a new line. I like that. Be like a series of books. Yeah.
Oh,
Have like a whole series.
let's see. What
What
else?
Was that Utah? Did you say that was Utah?
Yeah, I think that's right.
There isn't much going on in Utah usually, so that's probably why.
She was just bored, needed something to do.
She's like, well, let's just kill him, like, and get the money. Then I can actually move out of Utah. I can leave Utah now that I have money. I can go to Florida. Like now I can move to Florida and have a sunny paradise.
Just go to Disneyland.
I just killed my husband. I'm going to Disneyland.
What else we got going on in the news world? Oh, Tucker Carlson is returning on Twitter.
Oh
Which-
yeah.
Which is
Was he off Twitter?
no his.
His show is going to be on Twitter. Like
Look.
he's going to take his show to Twitter.
I know you've been out of the
Really?
loop for a couple weeks. Tucker got fired from Fox.
Yes, I remember that. That's about when I
Okay.
cut out.
Well,
It
he's
hurt me
coming
to my
back,
soul.
and
I
he's
had to
gonna
leave.
kick his show back off on Twitter. Like it's gonna be a Twitter exclusive. So
Interesting. Is that like? Do other people have those on Twitter? Like,
Matt Walsh has his show on Twitter.
this show
That's
is on
it.
Twitter.
I know, but like exclusive, like
I mean,
Matt
we could
Walsh
take
is
it
the
off-
other
We
one.
could take it off of YouTube and just do it on Twitter. See how that works out for us. We wouldn't get comments.
It's hard to see the comments on Twitter. Unless they actually implement a real live streaming thing, like where it'll actually be able to be a more YouTube-like interface, I guess.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I'm kind of wondering if that's like the play, right? If he's with him and Elon are
Elon did
discussing.
say Elon did say that he wants to have a better video like
Yeah.
layout, and he wants it to compete with YouTube, and also he's also doing a lot of other things. Apparently, Twitter's going to get like voice calling, like you can have like it's going to be kind of like, I guess, like I don't know if it's like WhatsApp or you're gonna have like a ability to make calls to and voice recordings on Twitter too. Forget where that was.
Interesting.
Yeah, you're gonna be able to do voice and video calls on Twitter.
Well, Twitter Spaces has been a pretty big thing for a little while anyway. Like the Spaces.
Has it?
Yeah,
I never-
which I mean
never-
those are audio only, but those usually get. Sometimes you'll see those Spaces. They'll blow up. They'll have like thousands of people.
Well, like there's one right now that they're at, like promoting here that's like 4.9K like people and just chilling, listening about like Biden. It says Biden bombshell live coverage. I mean, that sounds kind of boring to me, but yeah, like 4.9K.
I don't get any of those notifications. I turned all that crap off.
This is why you don't enjoy Twitter, because you don't get any of the fun stuff.
No, because I don't want to be angry anymore. I don't get angry anymore.
Like I saw people that were complaining about like having their feed would have a bunch of people that they don't follow and a bunch of like in the,
I don't know. My For You tab is better than my following tab, honestly. Like I don't know. why
I
people
get like
complain.
all the random crazy shit that I actually want to like go and talk shit to people
Yeah.
and be an asshole on. Like
Yeah.
I don't get any of that in my following tab. It's just all the people I agree with, and like I like to go through and like their posts, and I'll retweet some stuff from time to time, but I like the For You tab because the For You tab pops up all the shit that gives me an opportunity to go be a real asshole and really tap in to what brings me joy in life.
If you say so, man. I don't know. I'm trying to get away from it.
See, the trick is
people don't know how do you like if you say like, okay, I want to like have a clean and fun experience on Twitter. You're fooling yourself. Like that's not how Twitter is played. Like you've got to understand. I mean, you can have a little bit more of a like fun experience when you just like replying back and forth to people that you follow. But sometimes I'll post GIFs or whatever to like replying to people and just have fun with it. But like the whole point of it is to find something and to be able to have a good good reply, especially if you're like Justin and you like to be sort of like a reply guy to some people. Like
I ain't here for good, clean fun. I'm here to make people cry and consider suicide.
Oh.
I got to talking shit with LB Muniz the other day on Twitter. He brought it on himself. I was just playing along with him.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he was like either like what was it, like ask me a question or like
start a fight.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just here for the fight. So we did a little ribbing back and forth, and Stephanie saw that. She was like, I don't know why anybody's friends with you. Like, bunch of fucking masochists, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, the best one was the mom one. Oh god, what did you say? You said about his mom? Oh, it was like God.
Yeah.
How was the reply? Oh my god, I forget. It was something like it was real clever. It was real clever. I forget how. Let's see.
He said, "Did your mom write that? Did your mom write that comeback or whatever?" And I said, "No, yours did. She's worried about never having grandchildren."
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he was saying something about like he couldn't get he can get laid or something. It's like,
Supposedly
you're
he is in the midst of successful early stages of courtship. So that might be
Good for
changing.
him.
Good luck, LB. We wish you the best. Go produce some intelligent kids. He's way smarter than I'll ever be. Oh yeah, I appreciate people like that.
Big brain.
Yeah, big brain. I'm big somewhere else. Anyway, speaking of which, it takes some pretty big cojones to just roll in and overtake a school board. But in Colorado, there is a group of conservatives that did just that. They rolled in and took over the school board and are like kicking out teachers and all kinds of fun shit. It's incredible.
I think I saw that one. It's exciting. Yeah.
What was the tweet? Because the tweet acted like it was something terrible that they were doing, and it's like,
Oh, it's the
Oh, here we go. Conservatives took over a Colorado school board, and then they adopted a right-wing group's social studies program. They did not reapply for grants to pay counselors, and
Good.
40% of the high school's professional staff won't return next year.
Good. It's like, how like you're trying to tell me this is bad? Like, wow, you sold me.
Didn't this happened in Florida as well recently? Didn't it?
A couple places, yeah, but mostly the stuff in Florida is coming from DeSantis policy. Like it's
No, but
not
there was
just
I remember seeing something about a school board that like was overtaken by like, I don't know, right wingers, and everybody was afraid or something. I want to say it was Florida. Maybe it was this one, but
Let's see. It says they took control.
There's like a generic.
Took control of the school board and then began making big changes to reshape the district. After teachers protested, employees were barred from discussing the district on social media, and some were even forced out. They installed a new superintendent who had been, what did it say? It's right here. Damn it. Oh, he had been recalled from a nearby school board for pushing a curriculum that would promote positive aspects of the United States. The board approved the community's first charter school without public notice and gave the charter a third of the middle school building.
So how is that
just like running shit?
How is that any different than like if you're in the same building and it's the same thing, how is that going to be any different than like what you have? Like they just have different rules or something? Like, how, you know what I mean? Like just because you call it a charter school, what's like different?
I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to
You know what I
look
mean?
back,
Like, it
'cause
seems like
that's the first scenario where I've heard of a charter school sharing a building with a district.
yeah.
Public school.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there are some, but usually the private schools, the charter schools, they have their own full campus. Like they'll have completely their own owned campus like that they. Because like the one of the private schools here, I don't know if it's a charter school. Or charter school is different from just like private schools in general. Like I don't know about that particularly. But like I know there's a couple Christian private schools that they have like their own full campus that's like, connected to the church that they're associated with.
Yeah. I don't know, man. School's retarded.
You're 10 minutes early. Dial it back a little bit.
That's my public school clock reading skills. How is Forest Mommy's campaign going? I remember seeing it when she first kind of.
I mean, she got a lot of attention with that main post where that guy, the idiot, was like trying to, like, oh, she's a. Didn't he say something like she's like far right? She's trying to run for city council. Blah, blah, blah. And then she's, I forget, but she basically replied back to him, and now she. What shows did she
She
go
got
on?
doxxed by the one guy, and then that that got turned on him, and then that got attention from Jesse Kelly, but a couple of producers or something for Jesse Kelly had told him
she was crazy.
She was like batshit crazy or something. Which I've talked to her multiple times. I'm the crazy one in those conversations. So I don't know. Maybe I should reconsider a run for public office in the future, or really lean into that. Like just
Do it.
Because I'm in the right part
Both.
of the country.
Well, no, both. Just be like the crazy.
I'm in the right part of the country for that to play well. So
Hey, look. Oh, you should do one of those ads. Oh, there was the one guy who did a political campaign ad, and he just has like him like shooting stuff or whatever, like going around shooting all kinds of like I don't know.
Who was that?
He's like shooting stuff, and it has like I don't know, like a liberal blah blah blah, liberal ideology, all this kind of stuff. He just goes around shooting.
I feel like I remember that.
Oh, here we go. You know, we got a border crisis impending. Well, once again, Ron DeSantis is addressing his own immigrant crisis in Florida. DeSantis takes steps to again send migrants to Democratic-led cities. If they really want them so badly, why is it such a problem? Why do they make such a big deal?
Listen. Wait,
sending
where's actually speaking of this, there was I saw that there was a New York Times comment section. Apparently the New York Times, like, you have to subscribe to the New York Times to comment on anything, right? But their comment section was completely destroyed by people saying, hey, the border crisis is real, like there's people like being sent here to New York, we should actually take it seriously. Let me see if I can find that post. Oh, here it is. Yeah, they're talking about like they sound like right wingers, but this is New York Times comment section. This guy says like it reads like a Breitbart comment section, and these people had actually subscribed to it. Like,
who
after
subscribes to like these places anymore?
I mean, blue pill people, like completely blue pill people.
They had so I had a Washington Post and a New York Times subscription for all of 2022. Usually in like January they'll run a special where you can get like I got the
for like $5 or something.
Yeah, I got the Washington Post for like $9 for the whole year, and I got New York Times for like $12 for the whole year or something. Like that's how I do all of my like subscription type stuff. Paramount Plus, if you wait until like right after Christmas, like and the same for PlayStation Plus. Like if you're on,
you can you can get the get the
wait
cards
until like right after Christmas or just around the first of the
put
year,
them on sale.
and they'll run like these. Yeah, they'll run these sales to get people to like come and subscribe for the year. So I let all of my shit expire and wait for that to pop up, and then I subscribe to stuff for like super cheap.
Yeah, I just don't subscribe to stuff. I keep my
Well, I mean, like as much as we read stuff, I didn't renew the New York Times or the Washington Post. I do still have I think I've still got an Atlantic subscription. I can't remember
because you really love that outlet.
That's just for nostalgia.
I love the Atlantic. They're my favorite. Amazing. The Atlantic and Salon. Like if I want to know what the most like crazed leftist take on something, the Atlantic or Salon. Like you go to one of those two and you're gonna get it every time. Like
so this
they
is
make
from
for such good content.
This is from New York Times. So this I don't know, some guy named Big Cow. Democrats just have to give in on the border issue. They have to. It's such an obvious issue. These migrants are not real asylum seekers. They are economic migrants. This inflames the right, and justly, in my opinion. Lack of resolution on immigration fuels Trump and MAGA. No one likes seeing their communities change, especially not as fast as this mass migration changes them. Democrats whine about gentrification destroying communities, but this is just gentrification in reverse. I'm an out and proud homosexual Democratic donor, Democratic voter. Obama, Hillary, Biden. But the immigration issue is practically begging me to vote Republican.
That's Justin's comment. He got on there right there.
It does sound like something, Justin. Let's see. Where's
that's my fake name is Silas. There. Go back. Where is Silas from? Silas is from fucking Paris, Kentucky. I know where that is. That might be my cousin.
The USA doesn't provide decent housing and health care for millions of American citizens. Now the Biden administration is in permitting a tsunami of migrants across the border. Where's there was one where God, let's see, is it this one? Oh, if the Democrats don't want to lose in November 2024, they need to make substantive moves to secure the border. Their lack of resolve is fueling theories that they actually want to flood the country with future Democrat voters. That's a cynical theory to be sure, but it's beginning to look less conspiracy theory of the day. I speak to this as a liberal voter. This is the issue that got Trump elected in 2016. This was one of the comments for me.
This whole topic is really interesting because during like the first year and a half of the Biden administration, there were a ton of articles that came out about how the Biden administration was putting more people in cages and deporting more people than the Trump administration ever did. And then like all of those articles start getting run like regularly. And then all of a sudden, like it all changes and they just completely back off on everything. But now because they backed off on everything, it's creating this even worse crisis than what was going on to begin with. And so now like the Biden administration is fucked. They can't win for losing. Like it, damned if you do and damned if you don't on this stuff. And it's the same with the economy.
Look who you got.
That's the biggest thing to me. Surprised me so much about Biden actually winning was like you had to know that this was coming. Like unless the people who are pulling the strings are really that blind or stupid or like believe in their own machismo that much that they thought they could just like fix it no matter what. Like you had to have seen coming out of everything that happened throughout the course of 2020
multiple crises.
This is where we were going to end up with all of these things like compiling all at once and just running the whole fucking thing into the ground. Unless they were really trying to figure out a way to get rid of Joe and Kamala like for good, in which case they may succeed.
I don't know.
But see, like my thing is the funniest thing about the border to me was that Biden explicitly said like, oh yeah, we need more migrants, we need blah 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 before the election. Like, oh, we need more people, coming to America, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And then he wants to lock down the border and not let people cross and all this kind of stuff. And then as soon as he gets into office, he says, "Oh no, never said that. Like never. I never encourage people to cross the border. Look, Kamala Harris, take care of the border. Handle that and all this kind of stuff."
And then you got Kamala up there behind the podium going, "Do
not come.
Do not come. Stay away. We don't want you."
I'm gonna come.
It's just standard like politician speak though. Like nothing means anything. It's just what they do. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. That's why I got off Twitter. I think it just doesn't matter. It's all for naught.
Well, this is not all for naught. Let's see.
Come. Not come.
I'm gonna come.
What'd he say?
I'm gonna come.
Oh, gracious.
Who is this kid talking to? Which one of y'all's illegitimate child is that?
It's yours. Mine don't know how to use computers. They're homeschooled.
Yeah, they may be. Well, they may grow up to be technologically illiterate, but at least they won't be retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.